Namaste. Welcome. I'm Jamie. This is a class, a sequence of poses to help strengthen the muscles around your sacrum, that triangle bone at the base of your spine. So if you have any issues with instability in your sacral joint, your SI joint, this class will help create stability there for you by building up the muscles around the joint. Okay, so for practice, grab 2 blocks and maybe a bolster for the end if you have one. So we'll start on all fours. So bring your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Spread your fingers wide. You want to root into your knuckles and your finger pads. Inhale into your cow shape. So you're finding a back bend here. And then exhale into your cat shape, more of a forward bend, flexion of your spine. And then inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, flex your spine. Do that a few more times. Start to connect to the rhythm of your breath. Breathing deeply into your belly. Exhale, drawing your belly in and up towards your spine. An Uddiyana Bandha, belly lock as you exhale. You might even find Mula Bandha and then Uddiyana Bandha on your exhales. Next time you inhale, find a cow-like spine, then lift your right leg up. So keep pressing into your hands. Try not to drop into your shoulder joints. Press the floor away. Draw your low ribs toward each other. Engage your deep core muscles. And you want to lift this right leg up so it's in line with your hip, not any higher. And here you're engaging your hamstrings and your glutes. Okay, so we want to have strong glutes to keep our SI joint very stable, okay? So keep lifting the right leg up. Feel like you're kicking into a wall behind you and also lifting your heel up toward the sky. Press down into your right hand more so you can lift your left hand up and off the ground. So you can just have the hand to hover or lift it up in line with your shoulder. Let your palm face in. So this will be our inhale. Extend and lift, and then exhale, lower down, release. Other side, lift your left leg up. So same thing, flex your foot. Engage your hamstrings, your glutes. Keep your belly strong, press the floor away. And when you're ready, you can just look right maybe forward beyond your mat. Find an easy place to gaze upon. Hover your hand off the ground or lift it up in line with your shoulder. That's your inhale here. Exhale to lower. Okay, so to keep going, I want you to pause for at least a breath or two once you come up so you can feel the strength in your legs. Mula Bandha, your pelvic floor is lifting, your belly is strong. Exhale, lower down. Feel that activation through your legs and through your core. Soft through your eyes, but a steadiness in your gaze. Really focusing on the muscles of the hips, back of your hips. Hamstrings strong and lengthening. This is a great warm up for your hamstrings as well. So if you're feeling any instability in your SI joint, this is a great exercise to do daily. Just for a few minutes a day. Okay, last one. Left leg, right arm, or wherever you are actually, last one. And then lower down. Side planks, you're gonna roll over to the left. So kick your left foot out to the left, take your right leg back. Keep your legs strong, just as it was. Tone your belly, draw your low ribs toward each other so you're pointing your tailbone toward your back heel. Finding more of a neutral pelvis, draw your shoulders away from your ears and keep your belly strong and lift your right leg up so it's right in line with your hip. You can even take a peek. Flex your foot as if you're pressing into the wall behind you. Take another breath. You want to stay there or bend your knee and find a back bend. You're going to catch your foot and then kick your foot into your hand. Stretch through the top of your thigh, your hip flexors, front of your right shoulder. Maybe even imagine or start to spin your chest up toward the sky. Release carefully and lower down over to the other side. You're going to kick your right foot out to the right, send your left leg back, left arm high. Roll open your right shoulder, keep your belly strong. Steady your eyes, maybe they're up toward the sky or they're forward. And lift your left leg. Flex your left foot, take a peek, make sure your leg is coming straight up from your core. Tailbone is pointing towards your left heel, so you have more of a neutral pelvis. Feel your breath here deep in your belly. Stay or bend your knee and catch your foot here. Kick your foot into your hand. Open up through the left thigh, left hip flexors, left shoulder. Spin your chest up toward the sky. Take a breath. Stable and strong here. And release slowly. Bring your left hand down. Tuck both toes under. Or all 10 toes under, rather, both feet. And arch your back, find cow. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths to paddle around. Another warm up for your hamstrings. Spreading your fingers, again, rooting into your knuckles and your finger pads, almost like you want to claw the mat with your finger pads. And then find some steadiness, a little bend in your knees, especially if your hamstrings are tighter, on the tighter side. Lift your sit bones, draw your low ribs toward each other so you're not hanging in your shoulders. Lifting up away from the ground, your spine is long. Inhale into plank pose, float forward, firm up your thighs, your belly, slide your shoulders away from your ears, reach to the crown of your head. Lower down for cobra, you can drop your knees or come through chaturanga, so modified chaturanga or full chaturanga. Untuck your toes, press into the tops of your feet. Take your hands out a little bit wider. Press your pubic bone down into the ground. Firm up your glutes and your hamstrings. Press the tops of your feet down into the ground. Now take your elbows out, widen your elbows. Roll the top of your shoulders back as you start to slide your heart forward and up into cobra. And then your elbows will follow and start to point toward the back corners of your mat. Slide your side ribs forward. And then exhale, lower your way down. Press up and back. Child's pose. Hips to heels, belly to thighs, forehead to the ground. Take another deep breath. Inhale to all fours. Tuck your toes, find your cow, extend your spine, and then lift your hips again. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Find steadiness here. Again, a little bend in your knees, but draw your heels to or toward the ground. Okay. Lengthen your spine. Soft gaze. Let's lift the right leg up as you inhale. Reach all the way up through your toes. And draw your knee to your nose as you exhale. Round your spine, round your middle back, your upper back. Draw your knee to your nose. Inhale again. Take your right leg up. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. You're drawing your belly in and up, around your middle back, upper back. Then look forward and step your right foot through. Spin your back heel down. Let's come up into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Firm up your legs. Let's even make a fist with your right hand and place the hand on the outside of your right thigh. So you want to press your right thigh into your hand and your hand back into your thigh so you know you're engaging your outer hip muscles, your gluteus medius, gluteus minimus, and you want that right knee pointing right over the second and third toe. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. Take an inhale, reach up through the crown of your head. Exhale into Parsva Konasana, side angle. Bring your form to your thighs. Sweep your left arm up and over your left ear. Point your tailbone again towards your left heel, not back behind you. So you're lengthening your lower back, drawing your low belly in and up. Draw your low ribs toward each other. Into triangle pose. Take your left arm to the sky. Start to straighten your right leg. Slide your hips back and your heart forward. Long through both sides of your torso. Keep your legs strong, your glutes strong, your belly strong. One more inhale breath. Exhale, bend your right knee as you bring your hands down, step back into plank. And then again, modified chaturanga or full chaturanga, come all the way down. Slide your hands out to the sides a bit more, widen your hands, press into the tops of your feet, point your elbows out to the sides. Then again, cobra, you're gonna roll up, take your shoulders back and up, and then hug your elbows in. Press your pubic bone down, slide your side ribs forward, breathing in. Exhale, lower your way down. Shalabhasana, locust pose, slide your arms down by your sides. Palms face the sky, take an inhale to prepare. And then as you exhale, lift everything away from the ground. The head, the chest, the arms, the legs. Reach long. Keep pressing your pubic bone down. Lengthen your tailbone back. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Exhale all the way down. And then press up and back, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up as you inhale. Reach all the way up through your toes. Draw your knee to your nose. Exhale. So round your middle back, round your upper back. Inhale, left leg high. Again, knee to nose, shoulders over your wrists. Keep lifting your hips. Look forward and step your left foot through. Virabhadrasana 2. Back heel spins down, right arm reaches up and back. Check in, make sure you're using your outer hip muscles here. Press your fist into your outer thigh and your outer thigh back into your fist. Pull up on your pelvic floor. Draw your belly in and up. Inhale up through the crown of your head. Exhale, Parsva Konasana. You can bring your form to your thigh. Sweep your right arm up and over your right ear. Try to roll your left sit bone under your body, and that'll slide your tailbone to point towards your back heel. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Take your right arm to the sky. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Straighten your left leg, send your hips back. Press into your heels, your big toe mounds. Spread your toes. And there's strong legs, strong core. Inhale. Exhale, rebend your left knee and step back, plank pose. Inhale and plank. Again, lower down in your way on the exhale. Drop your knees or come through full chaturanga. You're still strengthening your shoulders either way. Once again, slide your hands a bit out to the sides. Point your elbows out to the sides. Press into the tops of your feet. Inhale, take your shoulders back, roll your elbows back, and then lift up Cobra, Bhujangasana. So you're coming up a bit higher. Squeeze your shoulder blades toward each other. Press your pubic bone down. Lower down as you exhale. Shalabhasana, arms down by your sides. Inhale. Exhale, lift everything up. Lengthen as you lift. Lifting your palms to the sky, legs, backs of the legs to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, your hands under your shoulders, lower down. Press up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. This will do the same thing, only go a little bit deeper in each pose. Lift your right leg up as you inhale. Knee to nose, exhale. Inhale up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, look forward, step through Virabhadrasana 2. Make sure you're using your outer hip muscles, your abductors. Inhale. Exhale, Parsva Konasana. Grab your block this time. Bring it to the tall height or the medium height to the outside of your right foot. Sweep your left arm up and over your left ear. Roll open through your chest without jutting out your low ribs. Draw your low ribs back and toward each other. Revolve your chest to the sky. Trikonasana. Left arm high, straighten your right leg. One more breath in. Rebend your knee. Exhale, plant your palms. Plank pose. Once again, lower down on your exhale. Slide your hands out, point your elbows out to the sides, press into the tops of your feet. Inhale, Bhujangasana, so roll your shoulder heads back, hug your elbows in, reach forward and up. Press your pubic bone down, lengthen your lower back. Lower down, exhale, so Shalabhasana, or this time Dhanurasana, bow pose. If you want to take bow, bend your knees, catch your feet. Flex your feet if you've got your ankles. Take an inhale breath, lift your knees. And then exhale, kick your feet into your hands strongly. Press your pubic bone down, slide your tailbone toward the back of your knees. Reach your side ribs forward. Or you're in Shalabhasana. Lower down as you exhale, hands under your shoulders, press up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift your left leg, inhale. Knee to nose, exhale. Left leg lifts, inhale. Knee to nose, exhale. Look forward and step through Virabhadrasana 2. Let me sitting a bit lower. Make sure you're using your abductors. Open up through the front of your hips. Exhale, Parsvakonasana, grab your block. It's on the tall height, the medium height, maybe the low height. Stay connected with your feet rooting into the ground. Stay connected through your core. Spin your chest up toward the sky. Reach your right arm high, triangle pose, Trikonasana, straighten your left leg. Focusing, strengthen your legs here, connection with your core. Extend through your arms, breathe in. Exhale, rebend your left knee, hands down, plank. Lower to your belly. Bhujangasana first, slide your hands out to the sides, put your elbows out to the sides, roll your shoulder heads back, and then slide your elbows in as you roll up. Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Exhale, lower down. Shalabhasana or Dhanurasana. Catch your feet if you're doing Dhanurasana, bow pose. Inhale, lift your knees. Exhale, kick your feet into your hands. Open up through your chest, your shoulders, so your pubic bone presses down. Tailbone pointing to the back of your knees. Exhale, lower down. Hands under your shoulders, press up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Lower to your knees. And have a block handy. We'll come all the way onto our back to Setu Bandha bridge pose. Do a couple shapes here, a couple poses in bridge. So you're going to bend your knees, take your heels close to your hips, take your block on the low height right under your sacrum, right under your pelvis, so your low back is free. Okay, so just take a few breaths here. Make sure your feet are comfortably placed where they are, lining your ankles under your knees. Take a moment to rest your body, rest your arms, your shoulders. Rest your eyes, your jaw. Feel the bones, the vertebrae of your spine. There's 7 vertebrae in your cervical spine, your neck. There's 12 vertebrae in your thoracic spine. There's 5 in your lumbar. There's 5 fused vertebrae in your sacrum, and then 5 fused vertebrae in your coccyx, your tailbone. All this movement, flexion, extension, twists, inversions, back bends, forward bends, side bends, all these things keep your spine very healthy. And And this practice also keeps your muscles very strong to support the bones, the ligaments, the tendons. Pick up your right knee, hug your knee into your chest, stretch your left leg out. Bring your left heel to the ground. This is a nice little movement here to reset your sacrum. If you feel like your sacrum kind of popped out of alignment, which can happen, it's happened to me before, this really helps to kind of reset your sacrum. You're going to take your left heel out to the left and then bring it back in. You're kind of just tapping out to the left and then back in. Keep your legs strong and keep hugging your right knee in. Okay, one more time out to the left and then back in. And one more little squeeze to your right knee. Okay, and then slide your left foot back in, bring your right foot down. Let's switch sides. Hug your left knee into your chest. Stretch out your right leg. And then when you're ready, right heel taps out to the right and then it comes back in line with your hip. Do this with intention. Mindful of your movement and your breath. Okay, and one more time. Out to the right and then back. And then keep your right leg where it is. Stretch your left leg out as well. Take your feet a little bit wider. Stretch your arms over your head so you're creating a lot of space through the front side of your body. If this bothers your back at all, rebend your knees, but you can still extend your arms. Take a nice full round of your breath here, breathing deeply into your belly, expand your ribs and fill your chest. Exhale all the breath out slowly. Take your arms down by your sides, palms facing down, walk your feet back in. And then press into your feet so you can lift your hips, move your block out of the way, roll down for a moment. We'll come into an active bridge here. So when we take active bridge, we want your heels close to your hips. We want to use your inner thigh muscles. So imagine drawing your feet toward each other isometrically. Use your outer hip muscles. Isometrically draw your feet away from each other. And then engage your hamstrings. So isometrically draw your heels towards your hips. So you're engaging your legs on all sides. Okay, take a breath in, legs strong on all sides. Exhale, roll up through your whole spine there. On your shoulders, and then walk your shoulders under your body so you can clasp your hands. If you cannot, then grab onto the outer edges of your mat so you have something to grab onto and press down to lift up. Drawing the feet toward each other while simultaneously drawing the feet away and also the heels toward your hips. Point your tailbone to the back of your knees. Stretch and lengthen the fronts of your thighs. Lift your belly, lift your chest to your chin gently to the sky. Take another full breath here. Continue to engage all of your muscles. Soft through the eyes and the jaw. And then release your hands lower down one vertebrae at a time through your long spine. 33 vertebrae in your spine. Lower down slowly. And then pause. Take your feet a little further forward, a little wider, and then rock your legs side to side. A little release for your back. Okay, and then you're going to roll over onto your belly. And come into sleeping crocodile. So legs extend back, bend your elbows out to the sides, and rest your forehead on your hands or on the back of your hands. Bend your right knee and slide it along the ground. So it's just about up in line with your hip. So you start to feel this nice stretch through your hip here, your right hip. So we let the right inner thigh get heavy. Stay or come up into Sphinx. Okay, so you're gonna lift your head. So walk your elbows in so they're under your shoulders or a little further forward, not behind. Arms parallel. And so active here in this back bend, you're pressing down through your pubic bone. Slide your side ribs forward and up, shoulders away from your ears. It's like a Sphinx half frog. Okay, just another full breath here. Engaged in this back bend. Okay, and then you're going to come down and get to rest here. Keep your right leg where it is. Start to walk your upper body over to the right. Stretch out your left arm so you can rest your head on your left arm. So now soften. Relax your muscles. This is a nice pose to relax your hip flexors, hip extensors. QL muscle here, your quadratus lumborum on the back right side. Stretching your QL on the left side. It's a big muscle that can get really tight from too much sitting or too much standing. But we let these right side muscles rest. So if they're overworked, then we can let them rest here on purpose, with intention. Find a healthier relationship with our sacrum. Okay, from here, you're going to slide your right leg back, come back to sleeping crocodile. You might rock your hips a little side to side. Find your half frog on the other side, bend your left knee, slide up along the ground. It's just about in line with your hip. And let that left inner thigh drop. Let it feel heavy. Stay or Sphinx pose in the upper body. Bend your elbows. Take them in line with your shoulders, maybe a little further forward. Press your pubic bone down, reach your tailbone back. Slide your side ribs forward. Shoulders away from your ears. Soft gaze. Continue to breathe deeply into your belly. Expand your ribs. You're using your diaphragm muscle and your intercostal muscles to breathe deeply. Take another breath here. Relax. Walking your upper body over to the right this time. You can stretch out your right arm, use it as a pillow, and soften everything. Soften all your muscles. Let this be effortless. Relax left side, psoas, abductors, glutes. Stretch the right side of your waist, lower back. Nice slow breath. Slowly slide your left leg back as you come back into sleeping crocodile. Rock your hips a little side to side, maybe even bend your knees. And rock, take bigger rocks through your hips. Lift your head, you can sweep one arm under, come back onto your back. So for Shavasana, actually before we come all the way down, if you do have 2 blocks and a bolster, I'm going to grab that to make a little table. It really helps to rest the lower back. If you don't have these props, you can take your legs up a chair or up the wall for Shavasana. Let's take a few moments here. Your pelvis feels like it's in a neutral place. Let your palms be facing up as you roll open your shoulders and your chest. Close your eyes, relax all the muscles on your face. Practice relaxation here in Shavasana. Watching your breath with a calm awareness. You are welcome to stay here as long as you have time for. I'm going to sing us 3 ohms to close. You're welcome to join me from where you are on your back, or you can sit up. Thank you so much for joining me. Much love. Namaste.